Hello everyone, I'm Benjamin Guitars, and welcome back to the very first Jasper Cat Productions episode of 2018. Now, I didn't really necessarily have a dedicated video meant to celebrate the previous year, but I can give you guys a video celebrating the start of this year, and what better way to do so than to go back to a little series that I did that that was pretty fun for me, and that is unboxing Amiibos. And more specifically, these are the Zelda, Link Rider, and Guardian Amiibos from the most recent game in the series, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, that was released for the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch last year. Now, these were two Amiibos that I got for Christmas of 2017, and if you saw my Christmas haul video, you probably noticed that I mentioned these two figures. So I decided, since these are both pretty much from the same franchise, I decided to why not present them both in one video. So let's just use the Guardian as the example for the box, because if you've ever owned an Amiibo before, they all pretty much have the same overall design. You have the figure itself in a very secure and translucent package with a screenshot of the character itself, along with its name and its name in different languages. You have the Zelda Breath of the Wild logo, and as a nice little addition to detail for this one, they added a sort of ground texture to the floor of the stuff that the Guardian is on, which I think is a very nice looking piece. On the back of the box, you see the character once again, as well as some of the things you can do when you unlock it, and you can see the Amiibo logo, a bunch of stuff advertising what it can do, and the systems that the Amiibo is functional with. So, with that out of the way, let's take a look at and unbox both of them. And as always, the unboxing Amiibos is a very short and not at all difficult process. There we go. We just remove these plastic pieces together. Okay, let's just get this one out of the thing first. This is a lot more in-depth compared to some of the other Amiibos that are out there, mostly because it's so large. There we go. So now both Link and the Guardian are out of their boxes, and as you can see, both of these figures are excessively detailed and perfectly represent what each of the characters are in the game. As you can see, we have Link himself riding his tunic from Breath of the Wild with his sword in his hand and riding a horse. And of course, you also have the Guardian itself, which is a very difficult enemy for those of you who haven't played the game. And for those who have played the game, you know what I'm talking about. And as you can see, his arms are making all sorts of bendable poses, and I believe if the way they advertised it on the box is right, you can actually move the arms, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna see if that's actually a possibility. And it looks like it is. And they have a sort of like I guess you could say sort of rubbery plastic kind of feel, so when you bend them, it doesn't make any sort of like clicking noises or anything like that. I'll just make all the legs as flat as possible. And with this sort of functionality, you can have them in all sorts of different poses, which I think makes this Amiibo extremely unique. On top of the fact that it's much larger compared to standard looking Amiibos. Now, while the detail on the Guardian is really good, they put a lot of effort into the type of detail it has. The Link Rider is still, while it does look pretty good from afar, if you look much closely at it, there are parts of it where you'd think that they would add some paint, but it seems like they didn't. More noticeably is the fact that the hilt on Link's sword isn't really colored in, which I can understand that because he's holding it, and it's pretty much the entire handle is just covered by his glove. So, not many people would really notice that, but if you look, I'm not sure if you can see that, but on his face, they actually don't, there's absolutely no detail in terms of painting. It's all just one blank face. They have the mold there, but there's no real paint on it. Which, while I would usually call it a flaw, it's not something that automatically, like, you can immediately notice right when you see the figure, unlike something like the Smash Brothers version of Link, which has that ugly colored plastic stand to keep it in place. And if you've seen my unboxing of that Amiibo, you know what I'm talking about. But overall, I think these are pretty great looking Amiibos. If you had the option of only one or the other, I'd probably say go with the Guardian, mostly for the fact that it's much more unique compared to other Amiibos out there. And I say that mostly because of its extremely bendable and articulated legs. But overall, I think both of these Amiibos are really decent, and I highly recommend you get them if you want to either see what sort of functions they have in the game, or if you just want to complete your Zelda collection. So, in the end, I hope you all enjoyed this start to 2018 for the Jasper Cat Productions show. And if this is your first time on this channel, make sure to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment down below on how you thought of the video. And make sure to also follow us on Facebook, which is the same name as our YouTube channel, where I occasionally tell you guys when certain videos are going to be released and all that. So until next time, I'm Benjamin Contreras, and bye.